But do you think you were born to fight?
I think, whether it be God or the universe or whoever, it actually, martial arts helped save me. I had no direction. I was like in a boat with no rudder, with a sail up, not knowing where to go. But as soon as fighting came along, I had a direction, I had purpose, and then I took that, and it's only when I came to Australia that I took it seriously. I mean, after a couple of years of still being lost here, I used fighting as a way to pay rent, to make some money to feed myself. I met a few good people on the way that helped me say, okay. And only in, I think, 2000 when I had, I started seeing it as a way to make a living for myself. I was working a full-time job. I was living in Harbour at the time in Manly. I didn't have a car. I had to catch the bus, catch a ferry, and then a train to Redfern, to Undine Gym, and train, and then do the same thing back. So my day started at 4:30. I'd get up and go running, and then I go to my full-time job at Blackmores, at Tabco, is where I made tablets for Blackmores. And then I would catch the bus, the train, and the ferry to Redfern, and then my whole day finished at 10:30, so 4:30 and 10:30, training for this Oceania 2001 K-1.
K-1, which is kickboxing.
Kickboxing.
Yeah. And was that at Tony Mundine's gym, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lura gym.
Yeah, so
it's a lot different now.
Yeah, totally. And it's pretty fancy now. And but they were teaching kickboxing there. So.
Well, Australia's first world champion kickboxer was a guy named Alex Toy, a Tongan man. Yeah, I don't think he got the recognition he deserved, but he was the first world champion for Australia, and he became my coach. He's a quietly spoken man, and it was $1 to train there. But even if he didn't have $1, you could train there.
$1, literally.
Yeah, even if you didn't have $1, you could just still train there. So, but Alex, I was training there, and I was sparring with guys like Carly Meehan, Bob Mirovic for boxing. I used to go up to
a couple of heavyweights, Australian heavyweights.
Yeah,
yep.
I used to go to the Central Coast at Mark Bouris' place and stay there and train. When I trained for the first K1 Oceania with Angelo Hyder.
Yep. Danny Green's old coach.
Danny Green's old coach and the Maloney's coach. So, I started back then training for this K1, and I won the first one. And then I went to Japan for the first time.
Where did you end up in terms of K1?
So I was the second Oceania. I was fighting. I was training, and I was living that time in Lemire with my ex-wife. We had no kids, and I used to drive to Manly to spar with Adam. He used to beat the crap out of me. Fucking Adam. Adam was amazing technique, amazing fighter, and a great human being. I didn't like it at the time because he used to beat the crap out of me at sparring. Justin Fortune was still there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, Justin, yep. And
now in the US?
Now he's in the US.
Yep.
Adam was saying, Mark, because I had made the world title, the world best 8. And he said, Mark, you've got to go. I wasn't wanting to go. They were paid not that much money. But he goes, you got to take the opportunity.
Doing a bit of spar work with one of the Australian kickboxing legends.
With Australian royalty, which is martial arts, was Adam Watt. Adam Watt's is an amazing fighter, and I didn't like to go training because we were sparring, and he was getting ready. We were both getting ready for the Worlds, and I was just getting beaten up. But I know what Adam said to me was, Mike, you got to take the opportunity, and I said, okay, I don't want to go, but I'm a pretty trusting person, but I listened to what he said, and I went along. I was fighting Ray Seffel. He was fighting Mike Bernardo. I think it was, and Mike Bernardo was, anyway, Adam knocks out Mike Bernardo. Ray couldn't continue because his eyes shut from the fight, so they asked me if I could continue, and my head was ringing, but I took the fight anyway against Adam, and unfortunately I was lucky to get Adam and knock him out and go through to the Worlds.
That ranks you top 8.
The top 8 in the world.
Yep.
The end of the year, it was New Year's Eve, and I fought in the top 8 and I won the world title. I'm the only K1 heavyweight champion this side of the world to ever win it.
Right. So Adam never won it? Adam never won it?
The regionals he did.
Yeah.
But not
the world.
The world.
Yeah. And then Larry never won anything up. Larry Papp, did he? Was he a kickboxer or is he just more a wrestler?
I don't know Larry's story, to be honest, but I think because Larry used to teach Peter Graham, a few the fighters, but I don't know. I mean, the only heavyweight or the only K1 champion ever that's come from this side of the world is me.
Yeah. Well, that's a
So-
pretty big deal.
Well, it is. I mean, it wasn't that much of a big deal back in the day, but
It is today, though, when you look back.
well, it is today because history says that there's no more K1.